We've got a couple of people who sort of embody the spirit of BRICS. Of course, BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and now South Africa. And I think one of the reasons why BRICS is so important is that because it allows deals between those countries to come to fruition. And we've got one this morning. Have a listen to this. The directors of Accentuate, it says here, are pleased to announce the formal signing and conclusion of a joint venture agreement between Indian-based water treatment company Ion Exchange-Safic, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of Accentuate. And in the studio in Johannesburg is Rajesh Sharma, who's the chairman of Ion Exchange from India, and also Fred Platt, the CEO of Accentuate. Gentlemen, welcome to CNBC Africa. Congratulations on your deal. Rajesh, you're a visitor to our shores, so let's start with you. Who chased whom? Did you seek out a deal, or was it the other way around?
Actually, we met in an exhibition, and we felt that we were looking for a suitable partner in South Africa to enter the African continent. And we met Fred and Eric. We had a lot of discussions how we can take it forward, our proposed cooperation. And finally, we come to conclusion that we have the right partner.
Very good. Fred, coming to you now. I mean, I was watching a television program on Sunday night, and it was focusing on water, and it was quite a startling and not sensationalistic, but it certainly startled me. A lot of people say that the next world war, should there be one, will be fought over water. Can you tell us more about the deal and your rationale between the two of you about this deal? What was the reason behind it?
Yeah, thank you very much, Lindsay. We've been aware of the importance of water for quite a while within the South African context, and we've been looking and pursuing potential partnerships internationally. Obviously, what we were looking for was a partner that not only had a very strong understanding of water, and Ion Exchange has had 47 years of experience in water treatment, but also someone obviously who comes from a developing economy, who understands the type of challenges that we have within the South African context, and in addition to that, obviously, who gives us access to the BRICS relationship, as you've mentioned earlier. So the partnership between Ion Exchange obviously brings 47 years of water experience from India into a company that has a 31-year exposure into the South African chemical and industrial market, and provides a distribution and logistics partner to a leading water specialist.
Let's stay with you if we can, Fred. Can you give us the semantics of the deal? What does it mean for your company? What does it mean for Accentuate shareholders?
Yeah, the basics of the deal is that we have a joint venture with Ion Exchange India, in which they will take the majority share. They will take a 60% and Safic will take a 40%. On the back of that, we will be rolling out a series of chemical products from Ion Exchange India, as well as ultimately a total water solution into government, into the private sector, into industry. And there's also a very unique series of rural water solutions that Ion Exchange have.
Rajesh, back to you now. When you had a look at the South African market and you looked at the situation, the water supply situation in this country, did you see, obviously you saw a gap and you saw a partner in Accentuate, but do you also see that perhaps this is the start of something that could go beyond South Africa's borders in terms of your company, Ion Exchange?
Yeah, certainly yes. When we looked at South Africa, I mean, the current water quality in the cities is good, but there is a gap. Currently, 98% of the resource is fully utilized, and it's a semi-arid area. So South Africa, like India, in certain ways is going to be severely water stressed by 2020. So there will be a lot of need to look at overall water management in terms of conservation as well as reuse of water. And Ion Exchange has done a very extensive work over the last 20 years in trying to introduce technologies to recycle almost every type of water, whether it's a waste sewage, domestic sewage, industrial waste. And in certain now industrial projects, we are going to install zero discharge system. That means no water will go out of the industry, 100% water will be recycled back. On the other front, we also see the groundwater contamination, and many parts of Africa, I mean, besides South Africa, has contamination of fluoride, dissolved iron in the water, which is not suitable for drinking. And Ion Exchange has developed very cost-effective solutions and technically efficient technology to remove iron and fluoride from the water, and which makes it cost-effective and easy to operate in the rural areas. I mean, just to give you an example, we have units which can be attached to hand pumps, because in India also the rural part, we have villages where water supply is through groundwater and through hand pumps. And these units can be attached directly to the hand pumps, and the water can be treated and made suitable for drinking. So,
Rajesh, how far are we behind? Sorry to interrupt. How far is South Africa behind when it comes to water management? I mean, obviously it's a business opportunity for you, but when you look at the social aspect of it, have we fallen behind the curve in terms of international peers, for example?
I think right now the need is to look at how we can conserve the resource. And there I feel that more legislation is required. Like in India, to just share with you, most of the high-rise buildings, it has become almost mandatory to recycle the water, because 60 to 70% of the water which is used is for toilet flushing and bathing. Now this water can be easily treated and recycled back for toilet flushing and other low-end uses. So unless such type of legislations are introduced, people will not understand the grave situation which they're going to face in next 10 to 15 years. So as I said earlier...
Fred, let's go back to you if we can. Sorry again, Rajesh, we're running out of time here, but I'm interested in what you said. You mentioned the word legislation. Now, Fred, what's going to happen? I mean, are you in a partnership with the authorities, with the municipalities and government on this one? You're a private company, but how do you interlink between public and private?
Yeah, I think that we've engaged extensively with a number of stakeholders within the water area. Government is a major player, not only a player in its own right, but also an enabler of where we would like to see water management moving within the South African context going forward. So we engage with government both on a national, regional and municipal level, and hopefully we will be in a position to provide some unique technologies in order to achieve the strategic objectives that government have set for themselves.
Are they amenable to what you're doing? I mean, do they embrace it? Do they say, yes, this is exactly what we need? We need private-public partnerships in order to achieve our goals of water management in the future? Absolutely. I think that where we have engaged with government, and there's still a lot of work that we need to do, but the concept of a private-public partnership is embraced, and obviously understood that in the final analysis, that is also put within the context of the BRICS arrangement that government has, and it aligns ultimately with the delivery of service to communities and an enabler to industry at large. Rajesh, the final word from you. I mean, we've spoken about BRICS on a couple of occasions in the last few minutes. Has it made it easier for you as an Indian company to do business with South Africa because of South Africa being included into the BRICS community, if you like?
Yes, certainly. And there are a lot of common things between South Africa and India, which makes it more easy to work here. And I think the links go back almost over a century. So, and both are very vibrant democracies. Both have similar problems, unemployment, poverty. A lot of challenges are quite similar. So we feel that the base which we are planning to now make through this joint venture in Africa, South Africa is the right choice.
Rajesh, thanks so much for your time this evening.
Welcome
to this morning, excuse me. Welcome to South Africa. Hopefully this is a fruitful deal. Rajesh Sharma is the chairman of Ion Exchange, and also thanks to you, Fred Platt, the CEO of Accentuate.